what's up?
Wow.
My purpose today is going to be about patience. Patience is something that we all need, especially because patience can really help in a lot of patience. I was testing patience, seeing if everyone had patience. If I just stopped in the middle of my conversation, how long would it take for everyone's like, is he going to start up? Is he going to start doing something? Patience is important because in class you need it, because if the teacher's talking and you really want to answer the question, you'll be sitting down, you're like, I really want to answer the question. I really want to answer the question. You got to have the patience till the teacher's done talking so you can answer it. And then if you're talking to another person, sometimes, you'll be talking and then that person are talking and then you both talking at the same time and you're like, what are we talking about? Because you didn't have the patience to wait for that person to finish what they had to say before you started what you had to say. Patience, you can use patience pretty much all day, anywhere, at all times, especially at a job interview. You gotta be patient in line waiting for your turn to go in there. You gotta be patient and like if the dude who's interviewing you is not all that nice, kind of being rude, you still gotta be patient because you gotta be professional and be good and have all the patience in the world to keep your temper down and understand and try and be good. Now, if you don't have patience, that's bad. I mean, like some people have a long, how do I say, long. They can withstand their patience for a long period of time. Some people have no patience whatsoever. I know a girl where she has no patience. She cannot wait. Like if you're talking to her, she has to if she gets that thought in her mind, she's saying it. She can't pause and wait and then give you her idea. She has to just say it. If it's an answer in class or if you're just talking in a conversation, and that's not always the best thing. Because sometimes people find that rude, like, oh, you don't care about what I'm thinking about because you just want to blurt out what you had to say. And some people take that kind of offensively. So to have patience is a virtue. It's something that I think everyone should practice on and try to. I know I have sometimes. I have a really hard time with it because when I get a thought in my head, I'm so energetic and go for it that I forget about my patience and I should stop and wait and listen that I just, blurt it out and try and be like, oh, that was a great idea, but I think everyone should try to work on their patience a little bit. I know I need to work on mine. Some people are really good with patience, like David, oh my gosh. He has so much patience for me. So, me and David could be talking about one thing, right? We'll be talking about cars and end up on Barney by the end of the sentence. And David always sits there and listens. He has a lot of patience for me because we can switch 7 different topics because I'm moving so fast. It's hard to look back at what I was doing 5 seconds ago. So that patience is good because sometimes people like me are hard to deal with. So have that patience for a person like me is really good because then, those people don't feel like, oh, this person's irritated with me. Oh, they just don't like me. But they have the patience to deal with you, which is a good thing, which makes some people feel really good about themselves. Like, oh, okay, this person actually does care somewhat because they're actually taking the time to listen and understand where I'm coming from. So patience is a good thing. I think everyone has it. Everyone should work on it. It's good. It can help you anywhere you need it. It's a nice thing to have and to practice. Sometimes as we get older, we lose our patience a little bit, especially for kids younger than us. So it's like, no, I don't want to hear what you have to say. Because I know me and my mom, it's like patience and me and her just never mix. Because I want to say something because I feel like I'm young and I know what's going on. And she's like, no. And she doesn't want to hear my point. So it's like we're constantly bickering at each other about something. If we both just took the time out and listened to the other person, we would understand that we're both saying the same thing, just in a whole different way. It's funny. Me and my mom had an argument about butter. I was like, that commercial was like, I can't believe it's not butter. I said, that is butter. They lying to you. And mom was like, no, it's not butter because they use different ingredients. But we were talking at the same time, and I didn't have no patience for what she was trying to say. I just wanted to convince her that it's butter. And she had no patience for what I was trying to say. She was like, no, it's not butter. They wouldn't say it's not butter if it wasn't butter. And we just kept going back at it. But if one of us just stopped and listened, then we probably were saying the same exact thing, just in two different forms. So I think patience is something we should work on. We should try. Sometimes we do forget, though. We do forget that we gotta take a breath and step back and listen, especially if you're you're the dominant person, and that's really good. And everyone should have patience. And thank you for listening to my speech.